Good afternoon from a boiling hot, very pleasant Peterborough. Just thought I'd give you another update as things have moved on, some good, some bad. Namely the bad, we've lost another fish, but not through the heron. I have put some, the second dose of fluke gone in the pond, and the day after, the shusui was very miserable. It wasn't the most brightest fish that we've had because it always stayed down in the depths. Came up into the shallows and basically was very lethargic and just so simple to lift out. So I lifted it out, scraped it front, back, sides, checked it all over. Nothing could be seen externally. Put the slide on the microscope and nothing could be seen from microscopic view. Anyway, I put the fish back in and within 5 hours it had died. Found it through the bottom drain and into my filter. Cause of death, not a clue. I have absolutely no idea. But anyway, it's gone and that's it, I'm afraid. Anyway, on brighter news, the Resolve blanket weed ingredients have worked absolutely perfect. The water is like glass. I've also took a leaf out of James the Koi Whisperer's book and I've kept on top of my filters every day, cleaning out the filter wool, and the amount of rubbish that it's been picking out is unbelievable. But as a result, the water quality, if you can see, I mean the fish you can see at the moment, if I can get in the shade, they are on the bottom swimming around. The column of air can be seen very clearly from my seated position, so I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, water quality wise, water parameters absolutely fine. Just a shame about losing a fish, but we will be purchasing more once the shops open back up again. Next on the agenda, I think we'll do bird boxes. So I thought I'd have a little play with my art O level and create this. Just pretty simple RSPB bird box. A little bit of paint on the side. Oh, look quite okay. Happy with that. Cat clearly busy on the hammock. And I've had to move around these bird boxes because of the polycarbonate sheets. They were getting snagged, so polycarbonate sheets. Here we go. So I had a delivery of a 3.5 metre by 2.1 metre piece of polycarbonate sheet. Obviously delivered on the windiest day that we've had. Had to cut it in half. Had about 2 or 3 goes at creating some way of moving it backwards and forwards. We tried casters, but unfortunately one set of casters just simply broke away. The casters were from the wooden wheeled plant pot movers. You see them at garden centres, cost about a tenner. And when the casters just broke off, I thought, oh well, we've got a lid that we can't do anything with until, and this is my seat, I then made a little table. So when I'm sat on my seat, my pint, my cup of tea, actually no, it's a pint, sits right on there, and that's perfect. So just putting the polycarbonate sheets to one side. We'll come back to them because I need Cat's help. I'm not sure if I updated you with the water, but I've now replumbed it all. Different valves in. Just tried to make it look tidier. I think I've achieved that. I'm not a big fan of mess, but that's where we are with that. And I've just had a delivery of 12mm air pipe. So now the air pipe to the auxiliary air outside goes up the back up the back wall, straight through there, and then the valves are on the far side. So happy with that. So what I will do now is I'll pause the video, I'll put the polycarbonate sheets on the pond so you can see what they look like, and then I will just lift one off as a demonstration. I did chat initially about probably over engineering it, but I had to consider cat. I mean, I'm not talking about the weaker sex or anything like that, but if we've got a little bit of wind and they can be a bit ungainly, I didn't want the poor girl getting blown straight into the pond, because I won't get fed for a week. So what I'll do is I'll just pause the video, put the polycarbonate sheets across the pond, and then Kat can video them coming back off. So just bear with me. So there are the sheets in place. Any Doctor Who fans will look at the air coming through there and think, well, it's like the start of Doctor Who, that. So the idea is two sections, two 50 by 50 posts that just basically take the support. The green handles are for lifting and moving, and the string is basically for jamming your toes against the casters, heaving it upright, and then the green handles do the rest. On this side I've had to make a little opening for the 3-inch pipe, make an opening for the water blade, and also those with a keen eye will notice that there's a hinge section. That's when this sheet is lifted up, that hinge section can fold over and pass the end of the water blade so it doesn't snag. As I told you before, the casters broke off this and it doesn't work really well, but what I'll do is hand the camera over to Kat, and hopefully I can lift one of these off without falling in. Recording. That's one off. I told you about the hinged door. And that's this one. So that's it basically, just lift it up, move it. That will protect us against herons. That's it. Right, sorry about that. So as you can see, I didn't over engineer it when I really wanted to. I did want to pull them up into the roof, but after a discussion with Kat, we believe that because this was very close to the greenhouse, any kind of wind that caught hold of these sheets could potentially go through the windows, and also if you get the weight above ground and starts to shake the entire pergola, that could damage the brickwork. So we basically went through an awful lot of things and then decided the simplest way is to do lift out, move it by hand, and as it happens it did work really well. So that's that bit. I'll just go through the upper pond. What did we discuss? Resolve, that's worked really well. I've also ordered some filter wool. I did try and get it off eBay, but they didn't have any in stock, so I did try to follow James Coy Whisperer's advice. So I ended up getting 3 meters. Just before I forget, here's a sample of the polycarbonate. This is 16mm thick, 3 wall. It's very lightweight and surprisingly strong. You cannot crush that. I mean, I'm really trying to bend that. Very easy to lift and move around. This is the UV version. I think they do an opal, a bronzed and a clear. But yeah, I think I paid 120 quid for a 3.5 metre to 2.1, and the nearest equivalent from Wix was 192. So clearly this company was a hell of a lot better. We'll just look at the top pond, and then I think I've bored you enough, so we'll leave it be. By the way, the polycarbonate sheets don't stay there, they go down the side where the climbing wall is, so they don't get blown over, but I'll move them after this video. So the upper pond is really looking nice. As soon as we can get some more pond plants, we're going to put them in. This flowered yesterday, it looks like it's going to second flower again. As you can see, the side of the vase is all brown. That's the algae dropping off, so that's worked an absolute treat. Whatever you use, if you're happy with that, stick with it, but I'm very happy with Resolve. Some of the other plants are coming out really well. Like I keep saying on previous videos, I have no idea what the plants are. Scared of goldfish there, sorry about that. Obviously these are lilies. The tall one keeps sliding all over with the wind, so I'm going to have to anchor that down somehow. So there you go, I'll just leave you with a view of what I see when I'm sat with my, not pint, but my cup of Yorkshire tea. I sit here, my pint is there, and yes, very, very happy. Very, very happy. So I hope all of you are COVID free, your families are safe and well. Try not to go to Bernard Castle until we're allowed to. Thank you Cummins, you made yourself look a fool there, but there you go. Yeah, stay safe, stay well, and have a nice day.